Hey everyone, we are in the new space. So this is our indoor facility. It's still we're still putting it together a little bit. So we got some golf balls. There's a space. We don't have the computer hooked up for the projector yet. But we got a TV up. There's our projector. And so we'll be able to hit in here. But I do have the flight scope up. And so I am trying to figure out all the kinks and everything and kind of get all this ironed out. And so I can start giving you guys a lot more better content that's a lot more into what you want to hear. And so, yeah, this is the space, and we're really excited about it. We're excited to get a lot more great information out to everybody. And so, again, we kind of just got put together yesterday, so I wanted to hit some shots, go over some things, and kind of just show you what the building is, what the space is, and maybe answer a few questions if anybody has any questions, and kind of go from there. So right now I'm just hitting some long blade shots with a 60-degree wedge. Just kind of working on getting a little loose and hitting some shots. And so the flight scope, it's got several different modes of operations. And so it has like an indoor mode, then it has like a close indoor mode. And so what we're using is a close indoor mode now, so it works with like 25, 30 feet of space is all you need, and it'll grab the club and ball data as much as best it can inside. It's not the greatest on, from what I'm able to tell right now, it's not the greatest on, say, like little chip shots at like determining exactly how far the golf ball goes, but it's not bad. And so we're able to get some, it's consistent though on the data that it gives you. So yeah, that's what we're kind of doing. This is the you can kind of see, there's the iPad. That's the information it gives you as you hit a shot. Now, someone had asked, oh, and here's the settings. So short indoor, indoor, normalized, and outdoor. So someone had asked earlier on Instagram, he'd asked about what's the difference in attack or in launch angle on, say, like a chip shot you want to hit low versus a chip shot that you want to get up in the air a little bit. Because I was telling him, he was talking about follow through and stuff, and I was like, and I said, it's not necessarily about follow through, the tip was about determining what the shot's going to do with your setup. And so to hit a low one, obviously you're going to want to play the golf ball back in your stance. And we're going to get our hands forward. And so I'm going to go hit a little chip shot, and I'll show you what the attack angle is. Just for a reference point, on like little partial wedge shots here, sorry, not the attack angle, the launch angle. The launch angle is right around 27 degrees for a 42-yard pitch. Now on a little like 20-yard pitch, like I said, the ball back of our stance, hands forward. We're to hit it like I said, maybe 20 yards in the air. That didn't record. We'll try it again. There we go. About 20 degrees. It didn't really record the carry distance. We're still getting some bugs worked out. But as you can see right here, 20 degrees. We're going to hit a higher one here. Move the ball position forward in our stance and have a much more neutral shaft lean. If you notice on the screen how much higher that went, and that one actually registered up to 20 yards that we were trying to hit it. You notice here, here it is, yeah. So right here, 23.6 vertical launch. Okay? So, not crazy in the degrees, but you could still tell there was a noticeable difference on the screen. So, we'll hit a high one again. That one says 32. So that one right there says, maybe that last one was a bug. So 32 degrees. So 32 degree launch on the high one. On the low here. Yeah, that one's at 17 degrees. So all right, so pretty considerable. There you go. So it's definitely there's definitely a noticeable difference in your launch angles on these little chip shots. Okay, so that's that. Now, is there an optimal launch angle with these chip shots? I don't know yet. Probably not. I would say probably not, because chipping is so fluid. You have all these uneven lies. You're chipping, to these elevated greens all the time. I mean, very rarely are you chipping to a green that sits below you. It just doesn't happen very often. But it's usually something that's level, a little bit elevated, or something a lot elevated where green sits up in here. And you'll see a little bit of that here in a couple weeks at Shinnecock for the US Open. So yeah, so is there an optimal launch angle? Not really. I mean, you gotta hit the shot that you need to hit. And so you're gonna have to go as high as you wanna go. And I can't go as high as I wanna go, obviously, inside. But, you're gonna need to go as high or as low as you need to go to hit the shot the way you wanna hit it. So that's that. So I'll make change one of the settings on here. And I'm still going to use our lob wedge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit some partial wedge shots. And so I kind of want to try and show off as best I can the consistency of the machine here. So that one went 40.7 yards. That one was a little bit less. Yeah, 38.1. So I'm trying to hit them all right around that 40-yard range. .8. .3. .39.5. So as you're starting to notice, it's pretty accurate. Again, I don't know how accurate it's going to be hitting inside into a mat or into a screen like this. So 44.7. So it's accurate enough within a couple of yards from what I'm seeing right now. And I don't know how finely tuned this is. I don't know what I can do to help make it a little bit better. But so for a little partial shots, it's not too bad. Now if we switch it up, go with an 8-iron, you can see how an 8-iron will fly. So let's go over here for numbers. Change it to an 8-iron. Just FYI, I'm playing. I have a variety of golf balls we're going to be trying in here, but right now I have the TaylorMade TP5Xs, which are not my preferred golf ball. I like the TP5s better, but these are what I put out. I also have 2 other kinds, which I think is what everyone's favorite. And then I have these ones from Srixon. These are the Star VX. And I'm told these Srixon golf balls, are really, really good. Really, really good. So we'll try those out too, and we'll see how those goes. Well, we got an 8-iron here, so hopefully I can make some contact with it. We'll see about how accurate the machine is with an 8-iron. So a little heavy. Don't know if it grabbed the shot or not. Not grab the shot. Again, we're going through some bugs with everything, and I hope we can get everything ironed out before we really start putting together some good stuff. But we should be able to figure it out eventually. That one registered. So I hit that one pretty good. Oops. Right here. It's pretty accurate. I honestly don't know what the spin rate is. It's supposed to be for an 8-iron. But there you go. Not bad. I don't think it went 181. If I had to guess, I'd say it went closer to 175. But again, pretty close. Also, we need to take into consideration, we are hitting off a mat, and the mat is going to cause the golf ball to jump a little bit higher and spin a little bit less with your irons. And so that's going to typically cause the golf ball to go a little bit farther. So right around 5 to 7 yards ish has been it's kind of what I've been able to figure out so far. So the 181 kind of makes a little bit more sense to me, because my good 8-iron would go about 175. So that puts me right in that range. So with the mat, so that's something to consider. But I would say so pretty close. So 177. So it's club head speed 88, spin 4,900, roughly 5,000. Those look pretty close to my normal numbers. Like I said, I'd say the difference in yardage that we're getting is probably mostly mat. Not necessarily machine with the full swing stuff. Just so far, I mean, like I said, because I think about 5 to 7 yards is about what mats do. They add that to the golf ball. It's one of those reasons why people go to the driving range and have mats. They're like, man, I was piping at the driving range today. We get in the golf course, I can't hit it as far. That's why. It's the mats. And this is a really good mat. You hit off of the other mat we have here. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but we have 2 different types of grass. We get the one we hit off of, and we get the one that we is there just to catch the golf ball. I'll bring the camera over, actually. So, I don't know if you can tell. So, 2 different types. The reason we did that was because the one that we got was supposed to have the least amount of effect, or a very minor effect on the golf ball's performance, which is pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, we're hitting off artificial stuff into a screen here. How accurate can it potentially be? So a little heavy on that one. Still went. It says 178. It's not too bad. Like that one pretty good. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that was it really good. 184. So now that I'm in here, we seem to be getting the kinks worked out pretty good. Let me show you something fun. So there's my shot that I just hit, right? I think y'all can see that. I want to take notice of the dropping the clubs. Club path, 0.3 degrees to the right. That's essentially neutral. Now if we come back here, and I hit this button, flight, that bold red line is my ball flight. And as you can see, a hair draw. Okay, very minor. Now, if you wanted to hit a draw, what would you do? Right? What would you do? What would you do if you want to hit a draw? If you got in here, you had to hit a draw, there's a couple things you could do. Because it's golf, and there's more than one way to skin a cat. So if you want to hit a draw, you come in here, and for a right-handed player, because I'm right-handed, so I'm going to show right-handed stuff, you'd want to aim a little bit more to the right. You want to make sure that club path, send it out, so it's going to go more to the right through the golf ball, and you're going to want to try and close the club face down a little bit at impact. And the reason you do that stuff is because when you hit down the golf ball, if you had a neutral swing path with a square club face, and you hit down the golf ball hit down this golf ball, the golf ball would want to squirt to the right. If you have a in to out swing path, slightly closed face, it's going to help square that out a little bit more. Or if you're coming down on the golf ball with a slightly closed club face and everything's neutral, it's going to help square the ball's flight up a little bit more. So that's why the golf ball curves a little bit. But if you want to hit a draw, we can set up, and I'll just close the club face a little bit, and you'll see a slight draw. So normal setup, just a hair closed the club face. The ball start a little left and work left. Okay, I'll bring it over the screen so you can see it. See that lower one that's bold? Start a little left, turned over to the left. Little draw. Okay? Now, if you want to hit a bigger draw, we're going to make some more setup changes. To hit a bigger draw, aim more to the right. Our posture and everything's going to be the same. Close the club face down a little bit more. Okay? And we're going to try and have a little bit more in to out. In to out. Swing speed, or swing path here, okay? So aim more to the right. Have that in to out swing speed here. Everything else is going to stay the same, including the club face at address. So we hit that one. As you can see there, since we're aiming right, started to the right, and then hooked its way back to the center. Okay? Now, if we want the ball to close, or want the ball to hook more, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to mess with ball position. If you want that ball to hook more, move the ball a little bit more forward in your stance. So, this third one, ball's going to be slightly forward, aiming a little bit right, promote that in to out swing path with the same closed face as before. As you can see, it's a little bit higher and just a little bit more draw than before. Not crazy. I know it's hard to tell, but it's there. And so that's several ways to hit a draw. And as you can see, it's not that drastic of a performance. I guess it's not that drastic from a performance perspective. Okay, so we started off with club face, and then we changed alignment, swing path a little bit, and then we did it with club face, and we did it with club face, with alignment, with swing path, and with ball position change. And that got us 3 different ball flights, 3 different trajectories, and that's 3 different shots that we just hit. So it's kind of crazy, but you can make some pretty drastic changes here, and get some very minor changes in performance. So that should make sense to you, because golf's really hard, and it's hard to make the golf ball curve a lot. Now, if we want to do a big curve, we're going to do a combo like the last one, but we're going to close club face, more dress. So this is the last one we're going to do. So more close club face, all forward. Note that in, out, right? There we go. Turn off the other shots. So see how that curved a lot more? So combo of the 3 with a more closed club face got us considerably more draw than we started off with. Okay? I don't know if I can bring up the. I can bring up. So there's the first shot I hit. So we see that? Perfect. Then we go to the second. Here we go. 5th shot. This is when we started turning the ball over a little bit. So there's a little draw. Started to the right because we aimed more to the right. Turned it over. Next one. Started right, turned it over a little bit more. And the final one, because we had to close club face down, started a little bit more left, and we hooked it more left. So, kind of crazy, right? And essentially, so that's what you need to do to hit a draw. And we've also covered launch angle with some of your chip shots. Now, let me see if there's any more, if anybody posted any questions. I don't think anybody posted any questions yet. No questions yet. And that's fine, no big deal. And so anyways, this is the space. And so we're going to be filming a lot more and doing more stuff like this in the space. And so moving forward, what I'm trying to do is figure out when people can be on to watch these videos, so the best time. So if you watch this, just tell me what time works best for you to watch these videos, because then I can try and get these videos out to you during those times, because I want you here to see it. And if you have any questions you want answered, I can answer them on these videos. I would appreciate it if you had any feedback, what you liked, what you didn't like, and like what you want to see more of. Do you want to see like tee shots? Do you want to see like hybrids? Do you want to see more iron works? You want to see like working the ball with the iron? Do you want to see like how to be more consistent with your irons, or more consistent off the tee? Or do you want to see more pitch shots and scoring shots, or putting? I can actually do some putting, but it's not, you just be watching me putt. I can get the camera closer, and I have a little cup over here, and I can hit some putts. And you can watch me putt. So if you have any questions on putting, I can definitely go over stuff with putting too. And so essentially, whatever you guys want to see, I'd like to be able to put that out there. So I know a lot of people have been asking for iron shots, and a lot of people have been asking for more distance off the tee and more accuracy off the tee, and how to improve scoring shots and their chipping. So So if you have any specific questions, that would really help me, because I can, again, get a lot more specific information to you that will help you, perform better. And I'm going to be using these to help, push a lot of things that I'm really passionate about within the golf world. So like my clock system, we're going over more stuff like that. My fundamental system, that's going to be really important. So be hitting on those two things a lot. And so, yeah, if you have questions, feedback, or whatever, just you can comment on here, shoot me an email, tyler@tylerdicegolf.com. I can answer those questions there. Or you can contact me through Facebook on the Messenger. We still don't have Wi-Fi here yet, but I can put the hotspot on my phone, so that's what I'm doing with this, doing the hotspot. So I'm trying to get to those questions and comments as fast as I can, so you send those in. I'm trying to get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, so either Facebook Messenger, email, comment here. I usually see everything, so just reach out. I guess that's about it. I haven't hit any drivers yet, but obviously I can hit drivers in here. And I assume I can hit drivers in here. Still working out some bugs with the short shots. So like the stuff that's like under like 40 yards. Figuring that out, figuring out the bugs. But we're gonna get something good together, and we'll hopefully be able to put a lot of great content out to you through the space. So thanks for watching. I'm going to end the video, and you'll be seeing more of these, a lot more of these videos in the next couple of weeks, just so we can try and get a good plan together for when most people are on, what most people want to see. Okay, thank you.